Hello, my name is Stephen Wright. Welcome to the second Tradisode for Day Trader Genius. I'm going to be walking you through live trades and giving you insight into the thought process so you can help develop your own strategy and become successful and do the things that you want to do. So, look at Tesla this morning. It's at the top of my list. Again, we got the main list. It does all the work for me. I don't really have to do anything. I can expand it. I can see that there's some good volume in the top, 6 or 7 stocks. So I can collapse it down and forget about it for now. I look at the daily chart. Whatever scale gives me an idea of where the stock is relative to where it started. So yesterday it was down here. Today it gapped up quite a bit, so I'm probably going to get some good action on this stock today. So we'll keep an eye on it. And I'll go to the 1-minute chart right here. Gap up, you can see that market's generally going down, so we don't know what's going to happen, but we have a situation where it could be a little bit risky just because it's early in the morning and the stock gapped up quite a bit, so you can expect some volatility on that. It's got some good volume and some good range. I'm going to give it a little time to settle before I start even thinking about trading at all. Let's go ahead and check the market here. So the SPY is sitting at 179, so that is a slight gap down, I believe. Yeah, it is. It's a gap down from yesterday. We're sitting right around the 280, right below it, so not expecting much from the market today. If it happens, great. Well, if something happens, great. If not, okay, that's fine too. So I'll just keep it on Tesla. It's looking like it's performing not too bad. The direction is going to be questionable. It is a gap style of trade, which really what you're looking for is a gap and go, which means it goes in the direction of the gap, or a gap and fill. Those two criteria are very helpful for making money quickly. Right now, again, we don't have a good scenario for buying because of the spread. Spread needs to come down a little bit. We may take the risk if it's a big move, but again, you're going to need a bigger move with a problem with the spread, just because it really affects the change in value, and you may get a good move in a trend, but you may not get the following price action that you need to actually make money on it. So it's okay. We'll be a little patient, and we'll wait for our timing to be right, and we'll go for it. The implied volatility is a bit high today. A bit is an understatement. It's really high. So, again, that's just another reason to just wait. And all these things that are highlighted, they're telling you that something's not exactly perfect for or ideal for day trading. And that's very important to pay attention to, because you may be able to look at this and say, okay, I've got background color, J-stop, K-band, trend line, good to go. Yeah, no. You need to pay attention to the quad and let it do the work for you. You're going to need to practice quite a bit before you can determine where your comfort level is. If it does have a skull and crossbones, ideally, let's find one that doesn't have one. It's early on a big, a decent moving day, so I'm not expecting to. There we go. So here's one without. So we got calls on NVIDIA. Means that everything's kind of in line with all the different categories that we have here for being within the range of being able to make money quickly. So it's tuned for day trading. So pay attention to it. It's important. There we go. Facebook's got one call available and one put available, looking pretty good, and now 2 calls. So it is dynamic. It does change and give you the most up-to-date data. So pay attention to it. It's important. But again, Tesla's where the action is right now. So I want to wait until I get a little bit better scenario here. The volatility's off the charts, so We may even switch for a little bit. Video is looking pretty good. You know, developing your scan is very, very important. I'm going to be constantly shifting back to, this is the daily chart. This is 1 week. Each one of these is 1 hour. Looking at 15 minutes per. So this is about 3 days. And it gives you whatever scale you need to get insight into the past. You know, whichever one's clear. So I can open up this one and tell you, okay, cool, I can see what's going on in the past. It's very important information. So always be doing your scan, develop a pattern so you don't have to think about it. The more stuff you actually have to think about, the slower you're going to be, and that is going to inhibit your ability to become a successful day trader. I'll always be keeping an eye on Tesla. So we just had the skull and crossbones go away and it just came back. So we are starting to get some continuity, which is good. Improvement. The market's kind of flat, gapped down a little bit, 280s right above it. So there's nothing impressive going on right now in the market. So my trades are going to be quick. Again, I mean, this is something that you got to be quick, you got to be agile. So we're getting some interesting action where the selling seems to be on hold. We went down to 325 and held off. Let's see if it holds above 326. And we got market support. Okay, so let's just follow this up to the opening price if we can get it. If we can't, then no big deal. We'll GTFO with no hard feelings. 10%, I'll take that. If it comes back, there's my 10%, 11%. Let's see. See if we can get out. I might close again. We'll see if this works or not. It's jumping up pretty quickly. It's holding right now. Should be getting it right here. I already have a closed order. I clicked this once already. 10%, so this is that volatility that we were talking about. So we're holding right now, and I think I'm going to reclose this one. There we go. 6.8. I got out because it went up. This is the volatility that you just saw it firsthand. So let's get rid of this timer. I'll give you guys the stats here in a minute. The stock went up, and the value of that stock went up to over 10% in this candle right here. Let's mark it. This is where I got in, and I pressed, I clicked get out, but we're dealing with milliseconds, guys. Milliseconds. Sometimes the timing's just a little bit wrong. That's okay. I mean, you got to be able to live with that because that's a reality of being a day trader. So anyways, the stock value went up, the option value, sorry, went up to about 10%. So for me, I'm like, hey, I'll take that. That was like 10 seconds into it. I pressed close. It did not get filled because the value, the volatility is so high. It jumped up and it came right back down instantly it hung out around 5%. I mean, you can rewind the video and watch the actual action on the gain percent. And it hung out there for a second. So it went back up to about 8%, and then it kind of came back down again. So for me, that's my signal. You know what? The timing's a little off. Just get out with, I believe it was 6% profit. You know what? I'll do the math real quick for y'all, just so you have that information on this video. So we bought at 554, and we sold at 592. So 592 minus 554 equals 38, divided by whatever you got in at, 554 in this case, and that's 6.8% profit. And that profit was had in a little over a minute, so 1 minute and 6 seconds. Hey, not too bad profit on the day. Really, really easy pattern. And again, GTF rules saved the day. Do you want to be in? Do you want to be in this wondering if it's going to come back again? No, we already defined it. The market's not doing great today. Gap down. It's sitting around 280, a big price. Tesla, yeah, it's probably going to have some bigger moves later. But that, I value consistency over rolling the dice every single time. So that's what we did here. We got in, we saw a pattern, we got market support, we got in, and as soon as we got a little bit of a signal, we anticipated a slowing or maybe even a reversal. I don't really care what happens afterwards. It just didn't happen for me in the way that I anticipated, so I got out. Hey, 6.8% profit. I'll take that every day. So, if you want to learn how to trade like this, it's going to take practice. Do not think that you are going to be able to just jump in the market and do this no problem. It's easy. The signals are all there. We got background, highlight, K-band. Well, see, this one's a little bit more of an advanced trade, so you're going to have to, again, this was a gap strategy like we talked about. If you want to learn gap strategies, contact us, daytradergenius.com. Send us a message in Facebook, in the post, comments, whatever. Just go out of your way. Do not wait. We are getting more and more busy. The time to act is now if you're interested. So keep it simple. Remember, focus on the patterns that emerge all the time. You got K-band, background color. Look, these are all the different scales that I use. So K-band, background color, J-stop. We had J-stop here, turned off here again. You want to notice those micro patterns. It's going to take a lot of practice. You can really do yourself a favor by signing up for mentorship. That's what the coaches are for. That's the whole reason why we're doing this, and that's the whole reason why we're sharing our program with you. Okay, so again, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next Tradisode, and I'll see you there. Thanks. Bye.